small group of persons launched a protest in front of the Keon Church of God on Sunday morning, where Prime Minister Dr. Timothy Harris and others were in attendance. According to Larry Vaughan, one of the protesters, they stood in front of the church with placards, but were told by police officers and members of the defense force with high-powered weapons that they were not allowed to stand across the road from the church.
This morning, a group of us, we are here because we believe that no church in St. Kitts and Nevis should be a political partisan platform, and that each week the church should be used to raise political awareness when, especially by a prime minister who spends the other 6 days of the week and even Sundays victimizing the people of this country. And so we are of the opinion that if the prime minister can use the church as a political tool, then we must come in protest and let him know that the church is not a political tool. We also are very concerned that our simple protest outside the church, just standing silently, would warrant 4 or 5 police vehicles, officers with guns, with riot shield, coming to stand outside the church.
Mr. Vaughan was asked if they will be protesting at every church the Prime Minister will be visiting. Now, what do you intend to do? Are you going to stay here for the remainder of the service, or?
Oh, yes. We will be here, and we will stand outside, because you see, after the church is normally a photo op that they use for their partisan political purposes as well, and we must protest that too.
Now, supporters of the government or the Prime Minister may argue.
No, it's not supporters of the government.
No, well,
it's supporters of the People's Labour Party,
okay,
which is a weak and a failing party that wants to show up itself on election.
So the supporters now could argue and say, well, the Prime Minister has only been going to church since the last election.
That's all right, and he's been going to as many churches as possible to politicize them, because we know that he often called the church days before and then put it out as though the church has invited him and he's a guest. I have never said, Andrew Huey, can I come to your house for something? And I advertise, Larry Vaughan is a guest at Andrew Huey's house. It has never been that way. And the Prime Minister imposes himself on the church for partisan political purposes. And every one of them who goes with the Prime Minister to do that must read the book of Matthew, I think it's chapter 21, where it says, my house shall be called a house of prayer, but you have made it a den of thieves.
Will you be going to other churches where he will be?
Anywhere he goes, Larry Vaughan will be there. I have nothing to do and all to do it.
SK Newsline spoke to Commissioner of Police Hilroy Brandy on Sunday evening, who confirmed that he was aware of the incident. He said the police would have asked the protesters to move if they were obstructing the free flow of persons entering the church building, but that otherwise police would not see the need to have persons removed. He said based on the photos he saw on social media, the police would have asked the protesters to go on the other side of the road adjacent the church and not obstruct persons entering the building. He also added, quote, it is a big shame to see that persons take it to this level to go to a church to protest, and this incident has nothing to do with a church, end quote. I'm Andre Huey for SKN Newsline.